What's going on, guys? Violet 4K with another video. If you don't know where that's from my friend Subbright. He uploads COD content. He also uploads a lot of Roblox content. That's what he's mainly focusing on right now. So what I'll do is I'll link both of his channels in the description below. Make sure you guys check him out and give him a subscription. I do appreciate it. But let's get into today's topic, is the current state of shooters. I believe that shooters are currently in a pretty bad place, to be honest. A lot of developers are pushing out games that are not complete, and it's very noticeable, and I think a lot of people are starting to catch on more and more. Now, games are pretty frustrating at the moment, especially COD, and I haven't played Battlefield yet, but I'm gonna be playing it today. But from what I've seen, a lot of people are very frustrated with the lack of content that was released on full release. So it's kind of a noticeable thing where devs are starting to take longer to develop games but giving us less content. Now, I don't know if that's necessarily because they're holding content hostage in hopes of people playing longer and waiting for new content to come, even though that content would have been given to us back in the day, like Black Ops 1, MW3. Games had a lot more content when they first released. A lot more maps, a lot more gun options, a lot more just content in general, just more detail, stats, this and that. It's something that used to be very common, and then they had shorter dev cycles back then, but now they seem to be doing too much elsewhere and focusing less on actual gameplay and experience that's enjoyable for gamers. So for example, one thing that's really bad right now is the stats in Vanguard. It's the least amount of stats we've ever seen. There's no global leaderboards, there's no leaderboards in lobbies, there's not as many detailed stats within your combat record. I like seeing these stats because I'm a very competitive gamer, and I'm just competitive in general, and I like to see improvement. And when I don't have that many stats to see my improvement, it makes me want to play less and less. And I know there's a lot of people out there like that. Now, I know a lot of people say, why do you care about your KD? No one can actually see it. Well, I like seeing those things. It's the way I enjoy the game. I like having good stats. I just have always been that way. Everyone can enjoy the game differently, which I get. But for me, I just prefer being able to see my stats and seeing improvement. And, if I can't see that, then what's the point of really playing? I know the new Battlefield doesn't have stats as well, apparently. Like, there's no stats at all. Their stats in Battlefield 5 were not super high end or had a lot of detail to them, but I mean, they were there. And I don't understand why they're removing it. I know that a lot of these devs are probably trying to make people feel safer and more inclusive by saying, well, I'm not going to show your stats because I don't want you to feel bad if you didn't do as well as the other person, or we don't want this person making fun of you in the lobby because you didn't do as well as them. Which, that's not the point of video games, right? Like, people play video games to relax and to enjoy and to get stress relief going, and when you're taking away stuff that people used to enjoy and you're just making them feel safe, it's not creating a really good environment for a lot of people. I think a lot of people are frustrated with the way the current state of shooters are going, with skill-based matchmaking being the primary tools for developers to put in their games and make sure people are on a more competitive playing field, which is in my mind pretty stupid, because that's not how Call of Duty used to be, and that's when Call of Duty was at its most fun, when there was no skill-based matchmaking. It's frustrating to see the direction they're taking it now. Shooters now, I think, are always going to have skill-based matchmaking. I know they've always had some kind of skill-based matchmaking, but the way it is now is way different than what it used to be. It used to be, connection, and then they would team balance. Now it's just, let's just put everyone in this bracket into the same lobby, and they're all going to be relatively same skill level, and we're going to protect the lower stat players because we don't want them to not have an enjoyable time because they only play a couple hours a week, and I don't want them getting smashed by these good players. These people that play 2, 3, 4, 5 hours a day. And when I first started Call of Duty, I used to get destroyed. Everyone did, right? The good players became good because they went against other good players. They played against people a lot better than them. They watched how they did and they wanted to improve. I don't know if that's just gone in a lot of people's mentality, like people don't want to get better anymore, which I can't comprehend that because I'm not that way. I always want to get better. I always want to be the best at everything I do. That includes video games, real life stuff, sports. Like, I've always wanted to be really good at stuff. That's just my competitive nature. That's how I've always been, how I'm always gonna be. And when they start switching things to be skill-based matchmaking and protecting those players, I can't understand it, because I don't understand why these players don't want to improve. You're giving these players also a false sense of improvement because they're not really going against good players. They're always going to be bad players. And if you've ever seen the videos that have been posted about these bot lobbies, you'll see how bad they actually are. And I get it, right? Protected lobbies should be there. That should be a thing. If you have a handicap or disability, definitely you should be protected and you don't want to get stomped, right? Like if you're playing on a special controller or something, that because you have to, I understand that. But if you're just a casual gamer, you should be included in everybody. There should be a wide variety of skill within the lobbies. Just like MW3 had, Black Ops 1 had. Go back to those times because those were the most enjoyable for Call of Duty. I mean, I know there's probably nostalgia because those games clearly did have stuff wrong with them, and I'm not saying they didn't, but the current state of games, skill-based matchmaking plus games not being completely finished when they're released, it's just unacceptable in my mind. So, you know, I wish these developers would actually put a little more effort into their games. And the problem is a lot of these developers, like Call of Duty developers, don't actually play their game, and it really shows. They don't understand how frustrating it can be as a good player to play in a COD lobby where, you know, you're getting killed by a 2-hit weapon because they want the time to kill to be so fast so that bad player can get a good kill on a good player. And, you know, it takes a lot of skill out of the game by, you know, taking aiming out of the game. You know, with aim assist being completely as strong as it is, it's just gives these players a false sense of aiming and how good they are because, you know, the game is basically doing the work for them. You know, if you're gonna have your game aim for you and also get a quick kill, like it really does make like a good mouse and keyboard player just thrown out the window. Like it's my skill and time that I put in mouse and keyboard is basically just kicked to the wayside because these developers want super strong aim assist with super fast time to kill so we can't react. You know, if you ever watch videos of like aim assist picking people through walls, or if you ever notice like in Modern Warfare Warzone where people are getting stunned and controller is able to completely track a person fine that's jumping across the screen, it's just weird to me. So, you know, these are my main complaints in shooters these days, and I hope that they improve, but, you know, I doubt they will. So if you guys agree, make sure you leave a comment below. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and I do appreciate you guys checking out. I'll come out with another video next week sometime, but yeah, I do appreciate you guys very much, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye!